Let's get started.
Let's get this party started. Okay, guys. Well, welcome. And I see a lot of new faces tonight, which is always exciting to see new faces. So I can't wait to do some introductions here in just a second. But I wanted to welcome you guys tonight and just give yourself kind of a pat on the back, a woohoo, some spirit fingers, whatever it is, just for tonight, because I know that this week, like a lot of kids, hey guys, if y'all will do me a favor and hit mute, if you don't mind, there's some background noise somewhere, would be amazing. Thank you so much. But I know a lot of kids are back in school and just things are kind of hectic and crazy right now. So just for you being on, like shutting out an hour of your time tonight with us, we're so grateful that you're on, but we're so excited, Nancy, Christy, and I, to pour into you ladies and just fill your cup up tonight so that you have an amazing week. All right. To do some quick recognition, some fun stuff, I would love to celebrate you if in the last week, if you have had any $100 days. So if you've had a $100 day, hop on, give us a shout out. Okay, Susan, Amy, Alana. Okay, Christy, if you'll check the chat for me, I'm not so great about that, so I'm gonna let you be the chat checker. Okay, all right, guys. Esmer, you've had a $100 day. I love it, yay. Okay, has anybody had has anybody had more than one $100 day? Esmer, Susan, Amy, Alana. Okay, guys, Nancy, Christy, oh, y'all are just cheering. So I love it, guys, I love it. I know all of our units are running a different contest for the $100 days. And guys, right now, that is something so to hone in on because when we're making money, we're happy. And not that money buys happiness, but it buys choices. And I don't know about you guys, but I love choices. Whether it's new pillows from my couch or where we're going to have dinner, or if I need to use coupons at the grocery store or not. And so I love to hear that. Now, if you have held a VBE, a virtual beauty experience, in the past week since we've met, I would love for you to give yourself a shout out. So if you've held your own virtual beauty experience, so Nancy, Christy, keep those spirit fingers going. Briley, Celeste, Amy. Okay, who wants to hold a virtual beauty experience before we meet again next Monday? Who wants to? Okay, everybody should have spirit fingers on this, y'all. Come on. I do too. I do too. All right, if you added a new team member this past week, if you have a brand new team member on your team, would love for you to give yourself a shout out right now. Nancy? Woohoo! All right, Nancy, I love it. Is your new team member on here tonight, Nancy? No, okay. I was going to have you introduce her. Okay. Well, if we have any new consultants on the call tonight, if you're a new consultant, would love for you to hop off for a quick second, introduce yourself and what you're most excited about with your new Mary Kay business. And directors, if you know who your new consultants are, you guys might want to, they'll take the lead for a quick second, is fine.
We have Christy on. She's in a meeting at work, so she's listening, so she's got to remain silent. So if you guys will give her a big woohoo and a big welcome.
Hey, Chrissy, welcome. I love it. Okay. All right, guys, anybody with a new promotion, have you promoted yourself into a new position with your Mary Kay business? Anybody this past week? Okay, well guys, positions open. And you know what? One thing I've learned in Mary Kay, and I think Christy and Nancy will attest to this, with their Mary Kay business, guys, you can become a red jacket within 24 hours. It does not take 24 months. So that's the coolest thing in this business. You can call your best friend, your mom, your favorite customer, and you can add a new team member in 24 minutes. I mean, 24 minutes, 24 hours or less. So guys, that position is always open to promote yourself. So, okay. And last but not least, who is excited about Seminar Week? I know, I'm so excited, I can't stand it. I got some prizes in the mail from Mary Kay today, and I know they're gonna be giving prizes away on the big screen. So if you are registered for seminar and you plan to attend this year, would love for you to just kind of give yourself a wave, like the seminar stage wave if you were walking across the big screen. So, okay, Briley, I don't see you waving. I know you're going. Okay, so much fun. Okay, guys, so get this wave right here. It's kind of like a Barbie doll. They have their hands cupped, and you just kind of wave. And I've learned if you stick your hand straight up in the air and kind of wave, this doesn't jiggle as much. So anyway, just a little tip for next year. So Christy's got to go. Okay, guys. Well, that's what I've got. I'm going to turn it over to Nancy for some announcements.
I was having so much fun waving, I forgot to be prepared for the announcements. That's the I in me. It's like, oh, it's a party. Okay, guys, some reminders. Today is Holiday Preferred Customer. You guys, we are going to be talking about this for the next, well, until Christmas is over. The holidays are here. If you have not already signed up today for your Holiday Preferred Customer Program to get your people getting that new book, do it tonight, guys. Cutoff is at midnight. You will be so sad if you do not. The book is beautiful and it's just one more touch. I love it. Mary Beth always talks about that touch. Making a call now. The books are dropping. The PCP books are already dropping. Our new beautiful lookbook is already dropping from the last Preferred Customer Program. If you did not send them out, get them and get them to your clients. It's that touch that Mary Beth is talking about. What we do and who we touch right now in this season is going to determine what kind of a holiday that we have. I believe the holidays could be hot, hot, hot because people aren't going to the mall. People aren't shopping. You know, they're doing a lot of online shopping. And so now is the time to make sure that you get that done. So Preferred Customer Program needs to be done for the holidays. Obviously, the fall books need to get out. If you did PCP, start calling your clients because they're getting those books right now. And you guys, I just really want to encourage you, if you have gotten into the habit of waiting for them to call, don't, for two reasons. One, you spent the money. You need to call and make sure they got the book because if not, you're sending them and they're not receiving them. So if it's nothing more than a customer service checkup, you need to call them. You will talk about the product and you will, of course, probably get a reorder, but it's just that touch that connects you. The preferred customer that's going out for holidays, do it tonight so that you can have one more reason to touch them and to follow up. And the new products are available. Who ordered the new products? Has anybody ordered the new lip glosses? They are awesome. Mary Beth coined, I just want to give her all the kudos for it. When she was talking about the lip gloss, she said it is a lip hugger, which it totally is. I've used that several times. She made that up. So everyone give Mary Beth some kudos there. Yay. Lip huggers, because it really does. They are amazing. Alana was promoting the new eye colors, the foil eye colors and the lip glosses on her Facebook post and page. So you guys try them, get them. If you don't create a buzz, how are they going to know? So those are the three things that are happening right now. Take you the time when we get off of here, just get your preferred customer in and get it done. You will be so happy that you did. I'll turn it back over to you, Miss Mary Beth.
I was actually stapling mine because I meant to do that earlier. So guys, I know last week, and this is not on the agenda, but I just wanted to share it because it was on my desk. You can print off your preferred customer list. And so even if you have 5 names, if you have 2 names, if you have 200 names, it doesn't matter. This is a great, to print this off. If you're sitting at night watching a movie, a Western with your hubby, like Steve loves to watch Westerns and I'm so not into them. But as I'm sitting there spending time with him, I can use this list to text people and say, hey, did you get your book? Hey, I'm thinking about you. I love that Nancy talked about the 4: family, occupation, recreation, and excitement. That gives us an agenda. And I say an agenda in a positive way, like to touch her, to find out about her. So if you haven't printed this off, I want to encourage you to print this off tonight and start working this list because this is great for all of us. So, okay, guys, so we're all ready for some mind-blowing information to simplify your business. That's what we're going to do tonight. Our goal is to simplify your business so that you can have balance, right? Christy, I see her. We talk about that all the time, just finding that zen, finding that balance in our business. Everybody is hectic. Life is nuts. And so we want our Mary Kay business to kind of be the calm to our storm, I guess, if that makes sense. So if you have your notebook tonight, like your director asked you to go grab from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, Target, wherever, go ahead and grab that notebook tonight. So we're going to play around with this just for a little bit. And so guys, tonight what we're going to create is a one-stop wonder, one place that you can have it all. And you can put this in your work bag, your lunch box, whatever, and take it with you everywhere you go. And it's going to be called your Full Circle Notebook. Okay? Full Circle. And in Mary Kay, you're going to hear those terms a lot. We talk about full circle, working your business full circle. And what that means booking, or can anybody tell me what that means, working full circle? Does anybody know what that means in your business? Alana?
Book, sell, recruit.
Yes. Yes. Book, sell, recruit. Book, sell, recruit. That's working full circle. So tonight we're going to, and I always say coaching too, it's part of it. Book, sell, coach, book, sell, coach, recruit. Yeah, anyway, you got it, Alana. So, okay. So with this full circle notebook, it was shared to me by a dear friend and mentor to me. And she used a full circle notebook to grow her business, to become a sales director, to earn her first car, which was a Cadillac in Mary Kay. And she said this notebook is all she ever kept with her and all she used. Okay. So, well, Susan, don't feel bad. I have a weed eater or blower or something outside my window. It's like every Monday night on a call, he wants to fire that bad boy up. I don't know. Okay, so on this full circle notebook, I'm going to kind of hold this up and share it with you guys. So what you're going to do is right at the top, whatever, full circle notebook. The very first column is going to be name. All right, so that's going to be your first one. The second one is going to be number. Can y'all see that? Number. The third column is going to be facial.
Yes, leave it right there, Mary Beth.
That's good. Okay. The fourth one is going to be hostess. My numbers might be off, but y'all get the gist because I'm backwards. Hostess. The next one is going to be share. The next one is going to be guest. And the last one is going to be new agreement. Okay. And guys, it doesn't have to look perfect tonight. My lines aren't straight or anything. You can work on this later, but you get the gist of what the main topics are. Okay, so to explain a little bit about this notebook, I don't know if you guys have felt this or not, but since March, we've facialed a lot of women. We've had a lot of different people that we've seen on virtual beauty experiences, and maybe some people in person, but it's like, what do we do with them next? Does anybody feel that? Like, what do we do now? We've facialed them. It's like, I don't really know what to do. Okay, well, this notebook, I hope, guys, it's going to clear a lot of that stuff up. And so the first thing you're going to do is a woman that you have chatted with, you've invited her to do a VBE, maybe with your unit, or maybe she's doing a one-on-one facial with you over FaceTime. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to add her number, or add her name, add her number, and then the date that you facialed her. All right, so the date that you facialed her, you're going to put that down. Now, the next thing that you'd like to do is once you facial her, so you want to book her to be a hostess. And the reason we want to book her to be a hostess, because how are we ever going to know if she could be a beauty consultant, if she would be a great consultant, if she's even interested in being a consultant, if she truly doesn't know how the Mary Kay business works? Now, yes, I was recruited. Well, I was recruited from a party, but I wasn't a traditional recruit. But guys, most of you, and I could see some hands come across here, you were recruited at a facial at a party. You saw how Mary Kay worked, right? Okay, I see some heads nodding. All right. So the next thing that you want to take her to, and I'm going to pick on Glenda because she's on my little book here. Glenda had a facial with me. So I want to move her over to become a hostess. I'd love to know who Glenda knows. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to do once Glenda becomes a hostess, and guys, I'm not going to take you through how to host a party and all that jazz. That's on previous recordings. The next thing that I want to do with Glenda, if she was an amazing hostess, or even if she wasn't, I want to share Mary Kay with her. Okay. And so let me share that with you just a little bit. The reason I want to share with her, even if she wasn't a great hostess, maybe nobody showed up, or I have no idea, she just wasn't fabulous, because her mom, her best friend, her cousin, her next door neighbor, she might be an amazing talent scout. If she has told me, I never, ever want to do Mary Kay, I'm not interested. Guys, it is our job to share the facts with her. When we take people out of it, and she becomes a number, and guys, y'all know me. Some of you are new and you don't, but the ones that you know me, relationships are my biggest thing. I love people. I don't care who they are, what their title is. I love them as a person. But in my mind, to take the to take my heart off my sleeve and to share the opportunity and not get disappointed when somebody tells me no or they're not interested or they quit. I have to work the numbers. Okay. So I want to share with Glenda. I'm going to get to that in just a second. And the next thing, if Glenda's not interested in Mary Kay, or maybe she needs more information, I want to invite her to a guest event. And a guest event is going to be when your sales director has a peek into pink event. Peek into pink event. Okay. Or maybe she needs to be a guest, or maybe she needs to talk to your sales director. Guys, a share appointment doesn't have to be anything formal like it used to be. It can be me calling Glenda up saying, Glenda, I know I've known you for a few years now. And you know, I just want to share a little bit about what I'm excited about with my Mary Kay business. I'm so dadgum excited because, you know, I was just able to pay for my little girl's softball bat. You know, I was able to go and pay my water bill with my Mary Kay business. It's my extra income. Whatever it is you're so dadgum excited about, you can sell the sizzle with a Mary Kay business. Okay. And guys, so on this, as you fill this out, what I love about this, guys, the numbers in Mary Kay work. 1 out of every 4 to 5 women that you share the Mary Kay opportunity with will say yes to the opportunity. Okay, so as you number to 30 on this sheet has 30 names. Okay, this can be done in 1 month, it can be done in 6 months, but you're just going to fill up a 30 pages, and I'm going to share more in a second. But as you fill up 30 pages, as you go through this list and you see, okay, I've talked to like 7 people and I don't have any new agreements. That is a time that your director can coach you, mentor you, and she can help kind of figure out what it is, where you need some coaching and mentoring. It's not just you, I promise. There's just something missing. And these categories, this is totally the basics of our business. Booking, sharing, selling, having them being a hostess. Okay. Now, one thing I love, what if you get to 30 names on this? What if you get to 15? You're like, oh, Glenda, I don't really remember Glenda. What did she say to me every time we chatted? Well, guys, here's the cool thing. On page 1, after the first page, you're going to write about Glenda on this book. You're going to write down everything about her. When you chatted with her, I had a facial with her on 7/22. Guys, I didn't sell product to her until 8/8. That was like, what, 2-3 weeks away? That's a long time. But you know what? I continue to follow up with her. I found out about her husband and her family and what she loves to do, what her excitement is in her life. She was getting ready to go skydiving. I couldn't read my handwriting. So that gives me something to follow back up with her. Her work, she's working from home now. She's very devoted to her family. I have all of Glenda's notes here on my paper. So as I move to number 2 on my list, guess what, guys? The number 2 person on my front list is going to be on the second page. And so I have 30 women that I have in one notebook called my Full Circle Notebook. What do y'all think about this? Would love some feedback. So I'm going to say this. I've done Mary Kay 16 years. I've been a consultant, a sales director. I've been in the business a long time. I've seen things come, I've seen things go. This simplicity right here, guys, is so simple and so easy. It is a game changer, I promise you. So every time I turn around, there is a new something on the website. There's a new something on, someone has taken and they have created a planner, or they've created a Mary Kay booking something. So guys, I'm going to say this completely from my heart. There's so many distractions out there. And if you get caught up in all the small things, it's not going to grow your business. Okay. So I think when we have so many hamsters running around, and I'm going to tell this story. When Steve was a little bitty boy, he called them gerbils, and he had those gerbils, and there were 2 different, he had them like in these 2 different cages, and it had like, anybody ever have gerbils or hamsters? We did when we were little, but they had like the tube that went from one case to the next. And he said he woke up one morning and they had babies. They had all these babies, like gerbils were everywhere, and they were going back and forth to the cages. And he said, one day I decided to take him on a field trip. No, his parents did not know that. So he took him out to the yard, and they had a dog, a Doberman Pinscher, and the dog ran through and knocked over the cages. And he said, before I knew it, there were gerbils all over the yard. And if you could hear him tell this story, because he's a real big funny guy, it is hilarious. But he said, all day long before my parents came home from work, I was trying to pick up these gerbils. And I said, well, what happened to them? He goes, Instead of having a mice problem at our house, we had a gerbil problem at our house. So guys, I say that to say, if you're out there trying to catch so many different things and so many different websites and look in Facebook and, you know, I don't know, all these other things, distractions that are out there, guys, find one thing that's simple that you love and let the rest go. And if you're paying for subscriptions, guys, you don't need to do that. There's no reason to do that. You can get that from your director and Mary Kay. The only site that you should be on is the Mary Kay site and your sales director site if she has one. The rest, guys, it's wasting your time and wasting your money. So what questions do y'all have? Alana, did you have a question?
I had to figure out how to unmute myself for a second there. Like I haven't used Zoom for a while. Okay. I actually didn't have a question. I just wanted to say thank you because it has definitely been something that I have people's information in like 8 different places.
Me
Especially
too.
going from virtual, and this is going to allow me to like go back and figure out where did I stop in that process? Like, where did it stop? So it's going to allow me to go back and really refocus and continue to move forward with everybody new that I meet as well. So thank you guys. This is definitely a blessing, and I can keep it with me right there, all in one spot.
And you know what's so cool I thought about is to have one of these for every quarter. You know, why not? Because Linda Tubin, retired national sales director, she always said that our customers should be touched 4 times a year. Okay, so with the PCP, you know, we touch them 4 times a year with 4 books. Well, now we have a holiday, but let's just say 4 different times that we touch them with the catalog. We should be in touch with our customers at least 4 times a year. Guys, this is a great way every quarter to attract new people and to attract seasoned people. Because even if Tammy is somebody that she's been a customer and you haven't facialed her in a long time, guys, if it's been a year or 6 months or whatever, we have so many new products. And so she would be a great person to add to this list to start working with. So I'm glad it helps, Alana. It helped me a lot too. Nancy?
As a good student, I'm going to raise my hand. I'm excited about it because as I've started doing my preferred customer and my follow-up, it's been awesome to just get them in front of me and not just, you know, check off the list over here, but to actually write it down and book them for something, whether it's a facial or try some new products, but it's just really helped me to just have that piece of paper in front of me. And I've already put like 15 names on it. So thank you. It's genius. I love it. The simplicity of it is amazing.
The simplicity is awesome. And the sharing part, you know, for me, and I think I'm going to speak for most everybody on this call, is that sometimes like we share the opportunity, but we get nervous and we get afraid because, you know, we just don't want that rejection. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like rejection. I don't like for people to tell me no. But when I work those numbers, then I don't even think about the rejection. And I promise you, when you get a car or a red jacket or a diamond ring from Mary Kay and all those fun things, or you get to take your family on a Disney vacation, whatever that win is, you're not going to think about that woman that told you no. So this is just a way to track it, and you just move on. And 1 out of every 4 to 5. And so you just know, okay, out of those 4 and 5, I got 1. I'm just going to keep moving on. So, so that's how you work your next promotion with Mary Kay. So, okay. Yes. All right, Nancy.
I'm just going to say, I think through all of these pivots that we've made since mid-March, I think simplicity is the word of the year, the rest of the year. And so I think this simplifies so much. And and I'll just go ahead and say too, I know Mary Beth did not share this, but the person who shared this full circle notebook with Mary Beth built $1 million unit multiple times on this full circle notebook. So yes. I'm just going to say, if it's good enough for $1 million unit, it's good enough for us. Right? So
what that means is that her unit, her area sells over $1 million worth of lipsticks or Mary Kay products every single year. Can you imagine that? I mean, that's pretty incredible. Yeah. And they use a simple notebook. So, yep. Okay. Thank you, Christy. Well, Nancy, take it away, girlfriend.
That was awesome. That was awesome. And you know what? It just ties right into, I'm going to talk about emotional management. How many of us have emotions? We're all girls. You better be raising your hands. Okay. Um, so emotional management, I think, is the key to having a successful business. Mary Beth talked about it. We shared about it often, that, you know, we as women, and most of us as that I or S personality, we care for our family. We love to be loved. We like the service part, but we don't particularly like to maybe ask or to offer, to invite, because we don't want rejection. And you know what? Mary Beth said it perfectly. She said, when you begin to work the numbers, you do not get hung up on the rejection. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about what it means to have emotional management. Working with women can be challenging. When I came into Mary Kay, I said I didn't like women. I found out that was not true. I did not like the emotional roller coaster of working with women. I love women. And really, it was my roller coaster. It was not really their roller coaster. It was the roller coaster I chose to get on the ride, and then I had a choice to get off the ride. So guess what? You can all get off the ride. Are you ready for that? This is a business where we are selling dream, we're selling hope, we're selling an experience. We're in the people business, we're not in the cosmetic business. So everything that we do is to touch people. And so all of you, those of you that I know and those of you that I'm getting to know, I know you care about people, or you would not be in this business and you would not be honing your skills. But we deal with all different kinds of personalities, all different types of walks of life. And so we just have to get a grip on ourselves so that we can be what we need to be in the business arena for those that have been given to us to service. And so whether it's your team members, whether you're the leader, or whether you are servicing a client, every single one of them wants something from you. Mary Kay always said that every woman wears a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. So if we're on the emotional roller coaster, how can I make her feel valued and important? I can't. So we're going to talk about that. When we work, we have to take the emotion out of it. So I don't mean that you don't care, because I think that's the best part of us, is that we care. But we need to go to work like a man and take the emotions out of it. So we want to have the heart of a woman, but the business mind of a man. So how does that sound? Okay. So put your man brain on, but keep your woman heart intact. As beauty consultants, this is a skill that will make you or break you, because if you get into your feels, if you get into your emotions, if you get into your head, you will become stagnant because you think way too much. Okay. People will come and go. That's what Mary Beth said earlier. Peers will come and go. Beauty consultants will come and go. Your clients may come and go, but you cannot put your dreams and your business in someone else's hands. So don't ever attach it to what someone else is doing. You never want to gauge what you're doing next to what someone else is doing. Even though we do this business together, your business is your business. It is your sales, your customers, your business, your income. So if Susie Q is doing one thing and it looks really good, you just keep your nose to the grindstone and you work your business, focus on your goals, where you're going and what you're doing. I love to say that the velvet curtain has been lifted. And so when you are aware that it is a numbers business, numbers never lie, magic and mathematical equations are not magical. You're the magic. The math never lies. You're the magic that makes it all happen. So keep your eye on where it is that you're going. Put your blinders on and focus on what you want. Don't get caught up in what everyone else around you, or what you think, what you see posted on Facebook. Okay, I love Facebook. I love all of that. But people post their very best. So don't go out there and troll through Facebook and then think I'm not enough, because that's not true. You keep your blinders on and you focus on you. In every occupation, would you agree that there are people that are successful and there are people that do not do well? It has nothing to do with the profession. It has to do with their mindset and how they look at it. So most of the time when people come and go from Mary Kay, it has to do with their personal life situation. It has very little to do with Mary Kay. And so I'm not sure why I felt like I needed to share that, but I just want you guys to realize that, you know, if you see somebody on our Zoom and then all of a sudden they're gone, that's what's going on with her. Say a prayer for her, maybe reach out to her and love on her, but don't get caught up in that. You focus on where you're going, because everyone has life. Everyone has things that go on. So you have to you have to choose to take advantage of what is going on in your business and not look to the right or to the left at others. So 10 ways to handle emotions. 1, pray for wisdom and guidance and diligence. Ask God to help you control your emotions, to help to handle different personalities. As a believer in Christ, prayer is my biggest avenue. Before I start my day, that's what I do. Before I get on the phone to make a phone call, it's like, Lord, help me be what they need. And when you use that FORE, how's your family? What are you doing for, if you know them, how's work, recreation, and excitement? What's happening? When you touch them, when you are focused on them, they will probably bring up Mary Kay. They will bring up the things that need to be talked about, but you reach out and touch them and you serve them first. Attitude is everything. Attitude is your key to success. It has to be consistent and constant. So we can't have a great bubbly attitude today and then be down in the dumps tomorrow. I mean, we can, but that's not how you run a business. So you must be consistent. And that's why I believe every day you have to have time with the Lord. You have to fill your mind. You cannot have negative thoughts and positive thoughts in the same place. So if you are having a negative Nelly day, then you need to purposefully, on purpose, get your cup of coffee, get your Bible, get your praise and worship music, and you sit down and you have some Jesus time to get your head right. Because if you don't, you cannot expect to be able to serve and minister to other people in this kind of a business if what you've got going on up here is crazy. You got to fix crazy first before you can go do something for someone else. If you don't change your attitude, then you are going to throw away the whole day. How many of us have spent an entire day being in a pity party about something that happened? Anyone besides me? Okay, very good. So you don't have to stay there. Our goal is that we can move out of that very quickly. Do you know what I mean? Something negative happens, somebody says something that it hurts our little heart. Get your attitude in check. You have a choice every day. Remember I said it's a ride you can be on or you can get off. Check yourself off of that roller coaster. If you have a situation with a client, with anyone, be calm, okay? Don't ever speak anything in anger. Don't ever snap back. Just be quiet. If you need to come back and revisit it another day, great, especially with your team members, okay? Don't ever get snappy or snippy. If your emotions are running high, just cut it off and come back to visit a later manner. Another thing is that if you are having a bad day, and sometimes we do have a bad day, you've had a dippy-doo day, things are happening, nothing's going right, do not call your sister consultants. You do not want to drag them down into the mud. You reach up to your director. You call Christy, you call Mary Beth, you call me. Let us help you. We've been there before. We haven't been in this business all these years to not know exactly what you're walking through. And we are here to serve you. We are here to help you. That's what we are here for. We can't do your business for you, but we can help you walk through these difficult things. Always treat people right. If you always do, Mary Kay always said, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. I like to say the next step up, do unto others what you, no, let me see. Okay, I can't say it right. I'll skip that. Do unto others what as they would like to be treated. So think about what it is they would like, and you go that extra mile, do that extra thing, and that builds that bond, which then feeds you back. Okay, when we do the and then some, we feel better. When we serve others, we feel better. Take control of your emotions. When you work the numbers, like Mary Beth was saying, you focus on writing those numbers down. Have I done this? Have I done that? Have I done that? Then you don't let that emotional what if get in the way. You just go to work and do what you need to do. Work, don't worry. Matthew 6:25. Does anybody have their Bible anywhere nearby? I forgot to pull mine. Actually, I do have it here.
I do.
Thank you. 6:25, Matthew 10:19. Can two of you grab those?
What is it? Matthew 6:25. Wait.
Yes.
What?
And then could somebody else grab Matthew 10:19?
All right, I got Matthew 6:25.
Okay, read that, Christina.
They came and woke him, saying, Lord, save us. We are perishing. Am I continuing?
Yes. That didn't seem to be quite the one I was looking for.
He said to them, Why are you terrified, O
Yeah.
you of little faith? Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the seas, and there was a great calm.
So who is the one that's got it all under control? And he is our Heavenly Father, and he loves us and he adores us. So don't worry. Worry does not fix anything. Who has 10:19? Did somebody pull that up?
I've got it.
Go for it, please.
Okay, it is, I said I had it. Oh, so when they arrest you, don't worry about how to speak or what you are to say, for the Holy Spirit will give you at that very moment the word to speak.
Very good. So if we are doing what we need to do to feed ourselves, then we can work without the worry. Because if we are truly others focused, when you get on that phone and you're calling your clients, if you really truly care about them, then asking them those simple questions, how are you doing and what's going on and all of those things, you will have the right words to say. And then two last things that I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to turn it back over. Fill your cup. We're having seminar this week. I know a lot of you guys are going to be there. That is so important. What you're doing here tonight is so important. If you do not fill your cup, if you are not around people that are doing things and positive and moving and motivated and encourage you and edify you and tell you how amazing you are and build you up, you need to find new friends. You need to find somebody else that is going to speak life into you. The 5 people you spend the most time around, and I don't mean physically, okay? You're not going to go get rid of your kids and your son-in-law and all of that, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people here, the people that you talk to, that you call for some encouragement, the people that you talk to when you're having a good day and you tell them all about it, or the one when you're like, I need some help. Those people need to be those encouragers. They need to be your balcony people. They need to be those people that lift you up and never take you down. Choose them wisely. Choose them wisely. So setting yourself up for success is being on Monday night, every single Monday, not every night. Being at seminar, coming when we put things together. Mary Beth and Christy and I are those kind of friends. These girls make me better. They call me out when I say something that isn't edifying or encouraging about myself or anyone else. They make me better. They help me become everything I was meant to be. And that's the kind of relationships that you want to have. Set a goal that you can attain. I'm all about big goals. I love to win. I love prizes. I love all of that. But be realistic about the time that you have and what you're willing to give. And then you set goals and give yourself some wins, because when you win, you can celebrate, and celebrate every win that you have. Share it with us, share it with other consultants, because when you win, we win. When you share your excitement, it blesses the rest of us. Mary Kay always used to say, if you've had a great week, we need you, because we need to hear all about it. And if you've had a bad week, you need us so that we can help you get out of that mully-grubbing attitude and move forward. Okay, so I said all of that to tell you that when you choose to get off the roller coaster and you choose to manage your emotions, you can have anything that you want in this business. It is your choice. But that emotional roller coaster, letting yourself get caught up in your head, has to stop. And the only person that can do that is you. You have to take charge. You have to choose. So Mary Beth sent me this. I'll email it out to you, or Mary Beth can send it to her girls and share it with Christy. It says, when you are alone, mind your thoughts. What we think about, we bring about. When you are with your friends, mind your tongue. When you are angry, mind your temper. When you are with a group, mind your behavior. When you are in trouble, mind your emotions. And when God starts blessing you, mind your ego. So I want you guys to just grab hold of this, to really do a little bit of introspection. As you're putting that book together, it only takes a few minutes. Just sit down and think, what do I need to do to get my emotions, my mental health in check? Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Those are the 4 areas that we have to be whole for us to be able to really be change makers for other people. All back to you, girls.
Is your mind blown yet?
Powerful.
Anybody want to share your ahas or takeaways? Don't have to, but it was amazing.
I want to share. Y'all know I'm a storyteller, and it made me think of this, Nancy, when you're like, stay in your own lane. And I go back to the Olympics, and I don't know which year or anything like that. I think it was the most recent one, like 10 years ago or something, that Michael Phelps won the swimming match, like one of the long matches. And so I remember like the guy, whoever was his like, person that he was swimming against, he was looking back and he was ahead, but he kept looking back, and he was so worried about where Michael was that Michael passed him. And guys, and he won like by like a 0.01 of a second. I mean, it was something crazy. And at Christy, we've had this conversation. I see her nodding her head yes. And I think about that, guys. It doesn't matter what's going on here, what's going on there. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of listening to all the noise and comparing myself sometimes. And well, they're better at this or this. And not just with Mary Kay business, with family, with life in general. Guys, Facebook, everything is filtered. I don't have a butt. My girls gave me a butt one day. I mean, seriously, like you can filter anything and become something that you're not. And Nancy, thank you for saying that tonight, because I'm guilty of comparing. And by the way, I had him take that picture down because I didn't like it. Anyway, but to say that everything is filtered, people's faces are filtered, their hair color is filtered, everything is filtered, their lives are filtered. When her and her husband don't travel that much, they just like put some background pictures up or whatever. So anyway, I loved it, Nancy. Thank you. Sorry I had to tell that story.
It was good. It was awesome.
That is awesome. Yes. It reminds me, we recently went to a little retreat, and before we went, we had to fill out all these different tests that told us who we were, like who God created you to be. And there were 20 some of us there. No one had the same gifts, talents, strengths, personality, style. No one was identical. No one was the same. So it is absolutely impossible for you to compare yourself to someone else. That's like comparing an apple to an orange. So just remember that you have your own uniqueness. So, and just walk in that amazingness that you have. So I'm going to talk to you guys about one of my most favorite subjects. One of my, this is a really funny thing, one of my top 5 strengths is focus. And for my friends who know me really well, I have a lot of squirrel moments. But when I get in my zone, like there's no stopping me, like I am on a roll. And so part of what keeps me in my zone is time blocking. It's working with a weekly plan sheet. And so I know my consultants probably get tired of hearing me like preach about this, but this, you guys, will free your life. Let me just tell you. So we sent out these weekly plan sheets for you to print out, and I would highly recommend that you print out, I don't know, 5 or 10 of these and just start marking away on it. And so what I want to share with you guys is I want you to create a weekly plan sheet of the way that you want your life to live. And so it's interesting, the person that taught me this is the same person that taught Mary Beth the whole full circle thing. So $1 million sales director, absolutely phenomenal woman. She also taught me this. And so what I want you to do, if you have yours in front of you, like immediately just start marking off the times that you have a commitment. So if, let's just say Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, that is a full commitment. You don't have any time to step away to make a phone call, a text message, anything like that, if you are like fully on. Now I know like with Alana, she uses the time blocking a lot, and sometimes she can work her business from work. And so anyway, so the weekly plan sheet, the first thing you want to do is you want to put on all the things, all the obligations that you have on there. And so I'm going to flip mine around here so you guys can see it. But this is what a blank one looks like. If you don't have one, your sales director will email it to you. But again, you want to print several of these off, because the first time you do it, you're not going to get it exactly the way you want it. And the other thing that I would highly recommend to you is that you get your family involved with this. And so one of the things that I would say to you in building your Mary Kay business, whatever you want that to look like if you are like, you're like on the boss babe journey, and you're going to be a Cadillac driver, you're going to be a national sales director. And I've always heard this, and it is so true, like, do not forget your family on your way to the top, because it's not going to be any fun to be at the top of this company and not have a family to enjoy it with. And so what I say to my consultants, and I know Nancy and Mary Beth will get right on board with this also, is when you are committed to spending time with your family, turn it off. Turn it off. It's part of setting boundaries, and it's totally okay. If you call your dentist on Sunday, unless it's an emergency, he or she is not going to answer, because that is their day off, or whatever their day off is. You're going to get forwarded to an answering service. So it's the same with us also. So I want you to protect your family time as well. So you all will see on here, even as a full-time Mary Kay sales director, orange on here is my time with Frank. Okay, there's a lot of Frank time on here, and I would not trade my Frank time for anything. There's a lot of blue time on here. That's Christy time. And so I will also say that self-care is right up there with God time. So self-care is so important, because you know what, you guys, when we take care of ourselves, it makes us a better mother. It makes us a better wife. It makes us a better daughter. It makes us a better consultant. So we have to take care of ourselves. So when we are pouring into others, like we do with our clients and our consultants and our family, we have to take time to refuel ourselves as well. So remember, self-care is so important. So the blue that you see on here is my self-care time. And a lot of times that's first thing in the morning. I get up before Frank gets up, because once everybody's feet hits the ground, we are all running, and there's no quiet time in this house. The phone starts ringing and everything else. So I've got pink time on here. That's Mary Kay time. That's not income producing. The green time is my income producing time. And you know what? I don't know if you guys have read the book. What is it? Oh, it just left me. It's something about eating a frog. And so how do you eat a frog? It's like eating an elephant. You eat it one bite at a time. And so frog for me stands for doing some things that I don't really enjoy doing, but it's income producing, and so I have to do it. I don't love it, but I have to do it. And a lot of times it's things that I tell myself that I don't enjoy doing, but when I get on the phone and I start talking to people, like, I get so excited. So you want to just create this timesheet. And so like every day, pretty much I have lunch with Frank. Of course that deviates sometimes. You want to plan out tomorrow, today. Plan out tomorrow, today, so that in the morning when you wake up, you know exactly what you're going to be doing, and you make your list of your 6 most important things. You make your list of your clients that you're going to touch today and all the people that you're going to follow up with. You make those lists ahead of time, and it will help you so much to stay on top of what you're trying to build with your Mary Kay business and what you're trying to accomplish with your family. And so I know, like with Mary Beth, she's had 2 little girls that she's, balanced, soccer and after school activities and all the things that you have to do when you have a family. And so without a weekly plan sheet, she could not have done that. And I just have to say to Mary Beth, You have done it with small children. Of course, they're pretty much grown now and very independent, but you made it look so easy, and you always look like you were doing it with so much fun and so much joy. And I know it probably was not every step of the way, but but when you have it planned out, you guys, it's just going to free you. I can tell you it will give you so much freedom in knowing. Now, every now and then I will deviate from my schedule, but it's because like maybe I took a week of vacation and the next week I might work one extra night or something like that. But, you know, stick with your plan, you guys. Work your plan your work, and then that way you get to play when it's time to play. So any questions about this? Now, I like to use the colors because every color means something different. And even in my calendar, it's got different colors. I highlight everything because at a glance, I can look on it and say, okay, do I have enough income producing activities on my calendar in order to achieve the goals that I'm working on this month? Or am I working more than, you know, what I had agreed to with my husband? So those are the things that I do. And I love this weekly plan sheet because it kind of gives you an idea at the top of some of the things that you're going to need on there, like your daily quiet time, your family time, your personal time, your, you know, your appointments, your phone calls, your office time. And I will just say this too, don't create a weekly plan sheet for every single week. You will drive yourself absolutely insane. Create a weekly plan sheet that you can live with for the next 2 to 3 months and then go back and revisit it. Like I know some, like locally, kids are going back to school virtually for the next 9 weeks. Well, after 9 weeks is over with, your schedule might look a little bit different than it does right now. So you may have to revisit this. So don't make one, set it and use it for the rest of your life. That's probably not going to work, but also you don't want a different one for every single week. Okay. Any questions, you guys? I feel like I went through that really fast, but it really doesn't need that much. Questions, comments? Yes.
I love it. I've used a weekly plan sheet for my entire career, but since this COVID thing happened, I kind of like let it go out the window. And I know we talked about this when we were meeting. It has made such a huge difference in my mental attitude to get it down on paper and to have it organized. And so even if you're not a detail person, you need this even more. And I'm just telling you that from experience. If you're really detailed and you love to organize everything, then you're probably really organized. But if you are a disorganized, amazing, awesome person, and you don't love the organization, then you are going to love this if you will discipline yourself like Christy is suggesting. It is amazing.
So Christy, something that you had mentioned when the girls were little, and I heard Vicki say this many years ago when we learned about the weekly plan sheet and how to use it. So mine was a little different, guys, and I did have to do mine every week because times changed every week for us. But every Sunday night I sat down, and it's not fun to do it every week. So I suggest if you can do it once a month, that's fabulous, and it saves you time. But have a copy for you and have a copy for your family that you post on the fridge. Because here's the cool thing: my girls would look and they would go, "Oh my gosh, we have this time, like we have part time or ball time," and they would never be, as a mom, the mom guilt. If you have little kids, or they give you the guilt of they cry when you're leaving out the door to go to a skincare class, or you're shutting the door because you're on a Zoom, and then you feel guilty. You're like, oh, I should spend that time with them, and you know, you feel so bad. But when they know that this is mom's work time and this is their play time, they can become very self-sufficient during that 1 hour that you're busy. So, and then when you're off and you cut that time off, and that's your time with your family, whether it be your husband, your doggy, your children, whatever. And so that weekly plan sheet, my girls were never disappointed that I had to go work my Mary Kay business ever.
I think too,
I love it.
something that it does is it gives you that family time guilt-free, because you've already done the other things that, you know, you've already scheduled it, you know when you're going to work, you know when you're going to do things, and you don't feel guilty for enjoying time with your family. You don't even feel guilty having lunch or spending the day.
Susan or Mary Beth, did you have something else you were going to say? Yeah, guilt-free. Yes, guilt-free. You can work guilt-free. You can have family time guilt-free. So we do not allow guilt around here. I lived with guilt for a very long time. In my business, like I felt like if I wasn't working 24/7, oh my gosh, what is so-and-so gonna think? Or what if? Well, when you free yourself of that, that's when your business really grows, because when you are working or when you are with your family, you are with that situation completely in the zone, not thinking about something else. So, all right, you guys, that's about a wrap for tonight. So next week we have some really fun stuff. Money management. Yes, I know that we all like to make money and we want to keep as much as we can possibly keep. And so that's going to be one of the topics next week. There are going to be several others, but money management is going to be one of those. And so I know that that's important to all of you guys. If it weren't, you wouldn't have your own business. So I can't wait for that and everything else that we've got planned for you. Hey, any last comments or questions or concerns or anything like that? Right.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Nancy. Will you pray us out?
Absolutely. Mary Beth, Christy, that was awesome, you guys. And you guys made it. It's no fun for us to teach and train without you, so yay. But I learned a lot just doing this with you guys. It was so good. Let's bow in prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you for each and every one that is on this Zoom tonight. Father, you have done some amazing things in our lives just in the last little bit. So Father, I pray that we would just take that we would take a few minutes to contemplate it, and that we would move into action so that we can truly have freedom to do what we need to do when we need to do it, so that we can live our lives fully as unto you. Father, we are your children. We know that you want good things for us and that you have ordained our steps. But Father, help us to press into you and to be obedient to doing the things necessary for us to have the life that you have called us to. So blessings on everyone, blessings to Christy and Mary Beth and each and every consultant that is on this call, Father, and their families, that we would be change makers, that we would make a difference for every life that we touch, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Beautiful, Nancy. Thank you.
All right. Have a wonderful week, you guys. We can't wait to be talking to you, and we'll see you next Monday. Have a great day. Bye, you guys.